Hello. By the end of this video, you will feel more motivated and confident to make two crucial decisions: investing in real estate and starting your own business. You will discover how many opportunities exist to turn debt into sources of income. While there are many ways to do this, most people shy away from debt because they only hear about its negative aspects, failing to see the benefits it can bring. The battle between debt and discipline is constant, and it can determine your financial future. It is essential to understand these two forces, master them, and use them to your advantage. And that's exactly what we're going to explore today. Wealthy people got to where they are because they see debt as a powerful tool. They use it to acquire assets, expand businesses, and increase their income. This video will change your perspective on debt, teaching you how to use it to grow your wealth instead of letting it drain your bank account. Debt is a part of our reality. The key difference between staying financially strapped and building wealth lies in how you manage it. Today, we will present 15 ways to use debt wisely to build wealth without falling into its trap. Use a mortgage to buy a rental property and let tenants pay the loan. The first strategy is to use a mortgage to purchase a rental property and have the tenants cover the loan payments. There are several ways to build wealth through real estate investing, and we're going to explore two of them now. If you act strategically, you can leverage the bank's money to accumulate assets, turning debt into an investment that pays for itself. This is exactly what property owners do. They don't buy their properties outright, they borrow money and then use the rental income from tenants to pay off the loan. For example, imagine you find a rental property worth $200,000. You don't need to have that amount in cash. You can go to the bank, make a 20% down payment, $40,000, and finance the remaining balance with a mortgage. Instead of spending years saving to buy a debt-free home, you now own an asset that generates passive income from day one. Now, you find tenants who pay rent. Let's say they pay $1,500 per month. Your monthly expenses, including the mortgage, taxes, and maintenance, total approximately $1,200. That means after covering all costs, you're left with $300 per month without lifting a finger. That's passive income. Over time, two factors come into play. Your tenants continue paying your mortgage for you. The value of the property tends to appreciate. Perhaps in 10 years, your $200,000 home is worth $300,000. So, in addition to generating rental income, you've built wealth effortlessly. Home equity loan to buy more properties or start a business. Speaking of wealth, the second strategy involves taking out a loan using your home's equity as collateral to purchase more properties or start a new business. The first strategy allowed your tenants to pay off your mortgage. Now, this second strategy gives you the opportunity to leverage the equity you've built in your home to finance your next move. This can be done through a HELOC, Home Equity Line of Credit, which is a line of credit based on your property's equity. This type of financing allows you to use the accumulated value in your home to invest in real estate or other income-generating assets, typically with lower interest rates than other types of loans. Instead of letting your home's equity sit idle, you put it to work, further increasing your wealth. However, it's crucial to have a well-thought-out plan and invest in cash flow-generating assets, such as rental properties. Otherwise, you could risk losing your own home. Borrowing money to acquire income-generating assets. The third strategy involves borrowing money to purchase assets that generate income. Cars, clothes, electronics. When you use your credit card to buy these things, the money simply disappears. This is what we call bad debt. However, if you're strategic, you can borrow money to acquire assets that put money back into your pocket. This type of loan can be used to generate passive income or even fund small side businesses, something we'll explore further ahead. Smaller loans can be a great way to build wealth without waiting decades to save up. This concept is known as leveraging debt to acquire cash-flowing assets. For example, imagine you take out a $50,000 loan. How would you spend that money? On a luxury car or an income-generating asset? In the first option, you'd be stuck with a loan that offers no financial return. In the second, the asset you purchased covers the costs and still generates a profit. Let's say you use that money to buy vending machines and place them in high-traffic locations. These machines generate $4,000 per month. After deducting costs for restocking, maintenance, and loan payments, $2,800, you still end up with $1,200 in passive monthly income. Now, debt is no longer a burden. It has become a powerful tool for building wealth. Take a small loan, fund a side business, and let it pay for itself. The fourth strategy is to take out a small loan to fund a side business that, over time, will pay for itself. Unlike a passive income source, as we discussed earlier, a side business requires more of your time, but it has the potential to generate higher profits. However, like any venture, getting started isn't free. You'll need an initial investment. If you find a niche with a low entry cost, quick returns, and proven demand, you'll be investing in something with a clear path to profitability. This is much safer than taking out a loan without a plan to start a business with no solid foundation. So, if you're going to take out a loan for a side business, make sure it's for something that truly has the potential to generate money, not just a risky gamble. Finance your first major venture with a business loan. If you borrow enough to get started and your business generates enough revenue to cover the payments while still turning a profit, then that debt will have been worth it. The fifth strategy is to finance your first major project with a business loan. If you're willing to invest time, effort, and dedication, you can turn your side business into a large-scale company. The good news is that you can get a loan to help make that happen. Most successful businesses don't start with personal savings. They start with external financing. When used wisely, debt can be a shortcut to getting your business off the ground or accelerating its growth much faster than you could on your own. For example, imagine you want to open a coffee shop. You've done your research, you know there's demand, you've found the perfect location, but you don't have the $50,000 needed to cover rent, equipment, and initial expenses. This is where a business loan comes in. Instead of spending years saving up, you go to the bank, take out a loan, and use that money to open your coffee shop immediately. Now, instead of waiting, you're making money, serving customers, building your brand, and repaying the loan with your business revenue, without dipping into your salary. The key to success is only borrowing money when it directly contributes to the growth of your business. A business line of credit can cover short-term expenses without disrupting growth. The sixth strategy is to use a business line of credit to cover short-term expenses without compromising your business's growth. Sometimes, you don't need a large loan, just some extra capital to keep operations running. That's where a business line of credit becomes valuable. Unlike a traditional loan, a line of credit allows you to withdraw only the amount you need at the moment and pay interest only on what you use. It acts as a financial safety net, keeping your business stable. For example, imagine you run an online store and a supplier offers you a discount for bulk purchases, but you don't have the cash available right now. With a line of credit, you can take advantage of the discount, sell the products, and pay off the amount quickly without disrupting your cash flow. Or maybe your business is seasonal, with lower sales during certain months but fixed costs like rent, salaries, and inventory. A line of credit allows you to cover these expenses until sales pick up again. This is a smart way to use short-term debt to increase profit, but be careful not to overuse it. Withdraw only what you can repay quickly. Finance work tools that can immediately increase your income. The seventh strategy is to finance work tools that provide an immediate boost to your income. If you want to earn more money but aren't ready to take out a large loan, start a side business, or invest in passive income, don't worry. There's a strategic way to borrow money that increases your income in a more controlled and accessible manner. When a one-time purchase can significantly increase your monthly earnings, it stops being a bad debt and becomes a shortcut to higher profits. For example, a photographer finances a $3,000 camera and lands bigger contracts, increasing their income by $1,000 per month. A carpenter takes out a small loan to buy better tools, doubling the number of projects they can complete. A video editor invests in a faster laptop, allowing them to serve twice as many clients. In all these cases, debt isn't a problem, it's the reason their income increased. The key to making this work is to ensure that the investment pays for itself. If the tool helps you work more efficiently, serve more clients, or charge higher rates, then it's an investment. If it's just an upgrade without a clear financial return, then it's just another debt. Before borrowing money, ask yourself, will this tool really increase my income? If the answer is yes, then this debt is working for you, not against you. Only take student loans for degrees that guarantee high salaries. The eighth strategy is to take out student loans only for degrees that offer strong earning potential. Do you see student loans as a trap, a never-ending debt that takes decades to pay off? Or as an investment that opens doors to better-paying jobs? The way you perceive them makes all the difference. If you see them as a burden, they will become a financial weight. But if used wisely, they can secure a high-paying job and allow you to pay off the debt quickly. Certain degrees almost guarantee a financial return that easily covers loan payments, such as engineering, medicine, computer science, finance. If a degree can put you on a six-figure career path, then financing your education makes sense. However, if you take out $100,000 in student loans for a degree that only offers a $35,000 annual salary, you'll be stuck with debt your income can't support. This is how student loans turn into a financial trap. A student loan can be considered good debt if it meets three conditions. It leads to a high-paying career. You don't borrow more than necessary. You have a clear plan to pay off the debt. If these three criteria aren't met, it might be best to rethink taking on student debt. Use your credit card for rewards, not for expenses. The ninth strategy is to use your credit card for rewards, not to accumulate expenses. The sooner you understand this, the better your financial future will be. Credit card debt is where many people make mistakes with borrowing due to high interest rates and endless minimum payments that become a real trap. But if used strategically, the same credit card can increase your wealth instead of draining it. You get the most out of credit cards when you use them to earn rewards, not to accumulate debt. A cashback or travel points card turns everyday spending into free money, but only if you pay the full balance every month. If you carry a balance, interest charges cancel out any benefits. Additionally, credit cards can be useful if you take advantage of 0% interest offers to finance business expenses or invest in something that generates income. This gives you time to pay off the balance without extra costs. And by using them responsibly, you improve your credit score, which leads to better loan terms, lower interest rates, and more financial options in the future. If you've learned this lesson too late and are struggling with debt, don't worry. The next strategy will show you how to use debt to get out of debt. Use low-cost loans to pay off high-cost debt. The 10th strategy is to use low-interest loans to pay off high-interest debt. High interest rates keep you trapped in a debt cycle much larger than the original loan. Some of these loans charge 20%, 25%, or even 30% interest, meaning that if you owe $10,000, you could end up paying $113,000, $115,000, or more just to settle the balance. You can't keep making minimum payments and expect the problem to disappear. You need to use low-interest loans to eliminate expensive debt. One effective option is debt consolidation. This means taking out a lower-interest loan to pay off the high-interest one. While you still have debt, you'll be paying a much lower interest rate. However, this strategy only works if you stop relying on bad debt. If you consolidate your debt but continue using credit cards and accumulating more, your financial situation will get even worse. Breaking this cycle is essential to becoming debt-free. Treat your credit score as your financial reputation. The 11th strategy is to treat your credit score as your financial reputation. Even if you've made mistakes in the past by using borrowed money for things that don't increase in value, there's still time to turn things around. Remember this. Your credit score is not just a number, it's your financial reputation. This number determines what loans you can qualify for, the interest rates you'll pay, and even whether you can buy a home or start a business. You don't build good credit by avoiding debt altogether, but by using it wisely. That's why it's crucial to take on small, manageable debts and pay them on time. Additionally, keep your credit card balance low. The lower your balance compared to your total credit limit, the better your score will be. Only finance a car if it helps you make money. The 12th strategy is to finance a car only if it serves as a tool to generate income. One of the first things people do when they get a line of credit is finance a new car. Avoid this trap. A car loan can either be a financial burden or a money-making tool. The loan is worth it only if the car pays for itself and works in your favor. Otherwise, you're just taking on debt for something that loses value over time. Financing makes sense when the car is essential for your work. For example, if you're a real estate agent, contractor, or rideshare driver, your income depends on having a reliable vehicle. A loan allows you to acquire the car you need to keep generating revenue. Additionally, you can benefit from tax deductions since work-related vehicles can lower your taxable income. Depending on the situation, you may be able to deduct loan interest, vehicle depreciation, and even fuel costs. Remember to keep your cash flow available. Paying for a car in full ties up money that could be better invested elsewhere. A low-cost loan lets you spread out payments while keeping your cash free for other opportunities. If the car doesn't generate income, avoid this type of debt. Otherwise, finance it wisely so that the car works for you, not against you. Get tax benefits from home and business loans. The 13th strategy is to take advantage of tax benefits from your home and business-related loans. As you accumulate business and home loans, your taxable income will likely increase. The good news is that certain types of debt offer tax advantages, allowing you to legally lower your tax burden and keep more money in your pocket. For example, if you own a home, you can deduct mortgage interest, reducing your taxable income. Similarly, interest paid on business expansion loans is also deductible, lowering the amount you owe in taxes. Additionally, when you finance a rental property, you can claim depreciation even if the property is appreciating in value. This helps reduce the taxes you owe. Even in times of financial difficulty, it's often better to keep your assets and take out low-cost loans against them. This can help you avoid capital gains taxes and preserve your investments. Borrow to invest, use the gains to repay, and keep your profits growing. The 14th strategy is to borrow money to invest, use the gains to pay off the loan, and keep your profits compounding. Now, we enter the territory of experienced investors. Seasoned investors don't limit themselves to using only their own money. Instead, they leverage debt to expand their investments. This practice is known as margin investing, and when used correctly, it can significantly boost returns. However, it requires caution. If mismanaged, it can lead to substantial losses. For example, imagine you have $10,000 to invest. Instead of investing only that amount, you borrow another $10,000 from your broker, bringing your total investment to $20,000. If your stocks rise by 10%, your portfolio will now be worth $22,000, since you're investing twice as much. The goal is that, over time, your gains will be enough to pay off the loan while keeping the profits. The risk, of course, is that if the market drops, your losses are also magnified. If your losses accumulate, your broker may issue a margin call, requiring you to sell your stocks at a loss or deposit more money. That's why this strategy is only recommended for experienced investors who can financially handle the risks involved. If you need money, borrow against your assets instead of selling them. The 15th strategy is to borrow against your assets or stocks instead of selling them. Wealthy individuals don't just use debt for tax benefits. They use it to avoid paying taxes altogether. Instead of selling their investments and paying capital gains tax, they take out loans using those assets as collateral. For example, a real estate investor in need of cash doesn't sell a property but instead takes a loan against it, allowing the property to continue appreciating in value. Similarly, a stock investor avoids selling stocks and paying capital gains taxes by borrowing against their portfolio to finance new business opportunities. Since loans aren't taxed, they can access money without triggering capital gains taxes. This allows them to continue building wealth while paying less in taxes. Now, if these options are available, why don't more people use them? There are two main reasons. Lack of knowledge. Many people don't even realize these alternatives exist or how to use them. But now that you do, there are no more excuses. Discipline. Everything we've discussed requires financial discipline. You need to control your spending and earnings while managing your impulses. More often than not, debt problems stem from a lack of discipline. Now that you know how to use debt wisely and grow your wealth, it's time to put these strategies into action. Don't wait, start making smart financial decisions today. If you enjoyed this content, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications to receive more valuable financial tips. Comment below which strategy you'll apply first, and share this video with someone who also wants to master the finance game.